JC and AfterBuzz TV, and what? I know everyone's fanning out right now. I am here with Miss Michelle Money, and wait a minute. Okay, Bachelor pad. Now Bachelor in Paradise. Like I was telling Graham, are you guys doing Bachelor in Space next? Or
maybe. We're thinking about it.
Yeah?
No, I went into this like, this is either like 3 strikes and you're out, or third time's a charm. So,
you're telling me a lot there. Maybe.
You're going to have to find out for yourself how that turns out.
Okay.
But no, it's true. It's like, really, Michelle, you're going to do another show to try to find love? Because the first and second one didn't turn out very well for you. So let's do a third.
Well, you're a romantic at heart. No, I wanted to ask you why.
Well, this is why. My, just with where I'm at in life, you know, I'm 33 years old. I live in Utah. Like my daughter, her dad lives in Utah. I can't really leave Utah. And so I don't really have a ton of options. And so I've gotten to the point where I'm like, you know what? For me to really find someone and really like progress in my with my relationships, like I've got to put myself out there, and I've got to, you know, take this leap of faith and really just do it. And the format that they had kind of presented to us about the show was a lot more like appealing to me and a lot more realistic.
Okay, so it wasn't like I've talked about this with Graham, that they took out the competition element out of it, and it was just love.
Yeah, that's all. I mean, it's really truly just about love, but it's more relatable because it's not just one guy and one girl fighting for, like, you know, or having all these girls fight for them. It's like, you know, 8 guys, 6 girls, and then every week it switches and more people come in, and so there's more opportunities to connect with people, and they really did a good job of letting us really spend time with each other, you know, and allowing those relationships to form authentically. Right.
They didn't have you guys like other times like in separate locations.
Yeah.
You guys were all like intermixed.
Yeah, we were all like kind of in this like beach house, like, yeah.
Okay. Now, what I wanted to ask you, because it's with Bachelor, it's always like romance on steroids.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, so does it leave any time were you guys able to explore Tulum and actually have some off time, and just instead of I have to find love, were you afforded other moments to explore?
Yeah. Well, you know, we were able to have date cards, and so we were able to go out on dates, and the dates consisted of like, you know, doing cool things outside of the house. So the only time we really got to, you know, be outside of, you know, our little beach house was on dates.
Oh, okay, all right. So, and by saying that, I also want to bring up, we've been talking about love, but also with Bachelor, we know there tends to be some more difficult moments, some fights, some, as we see an arrest, as we see people going to the hospital. Yeah. Anything happened to you? I
mean, a lot of things happened to me, but not anything. I mean, it's dramatic. I mean, it is. It's dramatic. A lot of crazy things happened.
Okay, all right. No, because we on our show we always talk about that Michelle Money. You know, from Bachelor to Bachelor Pad, we always felt like you were seen in a different light in each show, and we always wanted to know, you know, like this Bachelor Pad Michelle Money, we loved, and we got to see this quirky, cute side to her. And in the first one, it was, you know, we all know about the mysterious black eye and whatnot. Yeah. But what I want to know is, who is Michelle? Who do we get to see in this one, in Bachelor in Paradise?
Yeah. Well, you know, I've consistently been myself in every show. You know, what they choose to kind of show you guys is out of my hands. But, you know, I think that you will see, you know, I'm very open and vulnerable, and I'm very, I take this very seriously. And, you know, I think that people will see, you know, that I have like a true heart, that I have a real like open heart, and I really am trying to find love, and I really am trying to just like connect with someone and start a life. Like, I'm 33, I have a 9-year-old, I want to get married, I want to have more kids, you know? And so, yeah, I think that people will see a very vulnerable Michelle Money.
Okay, so then is it fair to ask, how has Bachelor in Paradise changed you?
Well, Bachelor in Paradise was really good for me in a lot of ways. It really kind of forced me to kind of sit down and ask myself some hard questions, like, why am I still single? And why, you know, is this not working for me? And why are people that I want to connect with not connecting with me? And, you know, I really had to like sit down and dissect myself, and it was good for me. You know, not everyone can take on like a 33-year-old woman with a 9-year-old daughter, you know, and I look at it as this blessing, as like this, you know, incredible, you know, added bonus.
Sure.
But, you know, a lot of guys can't take that on. And so you know,
so I was going to ask you,
interested, you know?
I was going to ask you, so does that help you weed those guys out?
Yeah,
So now you're quicker at weeding out
totally
men.
Yeah.
So, and you mentioned something really poignant right now, where you said you had to almost look inside a little more.
Yeah.
Totally. And I'm having an Oprah moment here, but it's so much so that you have to love yourself before you can love another.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, and I think, you know, it's one thing to get like rejected on national television by like one guy, but to get rejected by like 12 guys, it's like, you know, not that that's necessarily what happened, but you do put yourself in those positions where you're like, there's lots of rejection. There's lots of like, oh, they're not into me. Okay, fine. Okay, this person's not. Okay, so what is it that I'm doing wrong? You know what I mean? Like, it kind of forces you to really be open and honest, you know?
And we've always talked about that in the after show, because it almost seems like, well, like we said, it's romance on steroids, because you're in this fishbowl. Yeah. And I would think it's just everything's so heightened.
So heightened. I can't express that enough. I know it sounds so crazy, and it seems like people are always asking, like, are you guys acting? Is this all, do they produce this? Do they script this for you guys? It's like, no, it is very, very, very intense and very emotional and very heightened. And so it's dating on steroids, but those feelings are very real, and they're very authentic, and they're very, you can't write this stuff.
Yeah, no, and I think that's great, because like we said, we're a super fan network, and the fans will see, you know, the people on the show in a certain way, but it's nice having, because this is unedited, you'll see as you see it as is, so people get to see this other side of you, you know. And we've learned that when we've had guests, like we had Courtney Robertson on a few weeks ago, and what I've learned is when you sit down and talk to someone and do a show for an hour with them, and just talk to them maybe an hour, 2 hours, you get to find out who the person truly is.
Oh yeah.
So
absolutely.
And I think the fans get to see the side of you. So
yeah.
I've made it really serious, but I did it with Graham, and I want to do it with you. I'm going to keep it light.
Okay.
I'm going to give you 30 seconds.
Okay.
Give me 5 facts about Michelle Money that the superfan, that the world may not know about you, that you'd like to talk about.
Fine.
Ready, set, go.
I have a YouTube channel with my best friend.
Okay.
Where I give out beauty tips and tricks, the MM&L Show. For those of you who don't know, I love to sew. I used to sew Brielle's like outfits. Like, I'm really crafty and like creative and hands-on. I secretly want to be a professional poker player.
Okay. 2 more.
I really am fascinated with religion. I have a really weird fascination and interest in religion. And I'm really bad at hanging my clothes up.
All right.
Really bad.
Nice. Very well said. That's 5 and 30-ish seconds. So now you did fantastic. And I want to ask you, Graham said quickly before I let you go, Graham said that his fascination are rom-coms, like romantic comedies.
Oh.
Yes. And he said Pretty Woman was his favorite. Is that true? See,
I didn't know that.
See, now you guys know. So you can talk about this. So
While she
asks Graham for Michelle Money, I'm JC, and we'll buzz you later.